Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning trading room. I'm having some technical difficulties here this morning. Don't worry, the room will be progressing, but I'm having to reboot my NinjaTrader. The thing is being a pain. My poor computer is having a hard time keeping up with everything here this morning. So you can just read the disclaimer and as I reboot NinjaTrader. And then we'll get the show on the road, as they say. All right, let's see what happens this time. I won't touch anything until it's up and running. I think part of the problem is I start clicking on too many things. So before I close down my NinjaTrader, I did see that yesterday the market making a rather broad sideways range throughout the day, which was halfway as anticipated, I think. Here's the daily. And you can see it turned out on the daily chart to be a bullish day, even though a lot of this bullishness came in the overnight. We actually opened with a gap. And from there, the market kind of hovering in this top third area. We did breach 7,900, which was very close to the recent highs. And there was a boost in volume, which is interesting because, as I mentioned before, volume is a relative indicator. So you like to see bigger bars have bigger volume, smaller bars should have smaller volume, and then the world is good. But it remains to be seen how much of this increase in volume was due to buyers and how much was sellers ganging up on the buyers. Looks like we may try to sneak to 8,000 today as the bullishness may continue. I feel like a weatherman covering my bases. Yeah, it might be sunny today, but it might rain. Maybe snow in the higher elevations. So this is what the eagle looks like now, where the overnight you can see was also pretty much sideways, fairly active for an overnight session. Certainly some opportunities there. But sideways all the same. You can see here on the Raptor, we've got a bit of candy striping going on here. All these signals firing back and forth. If you haven't figured it out already that you were sideways, that is a graphical representation of a sideways market. It's not that we're not getting some follow through on these signals, but we don't like to see the signals producing too often, especially when they're alternating. So I think we will leave that alone for now. Trade Forecaster actually says we're supposed to be in trend mode for the morning. All right. Well, it's still early. Looks like things queuing up here, perhaps to the bullish side. I could look at a second push opportunity on this number 3 signal that just printed. So here's the number 3 signal. Here's the reaction. It came at the same levels right here. So we know there's definitely some selling going on here. Get the exit order out of the way. All right, bring the exit order back. Let's see if we get some of that early momentum. Okay, we're about 3/4 of the way to the profit target, so I'm going to bring the trade up to break even now as we challenge the contract highs. Oh, really? Well, not the contract highs, I guess, but the overnight high. Oh no, I guess that was the contract high, wasn't it? That whole 79.50 zone. Well, that was unfortunate getting tagged there because it does look like the market will try to creep a little bit higher now. But maybe the thing to do is to let it get outside of this trading range first. All right, well, we'll just wait. Okay, well, I feel a little better about my break-even tap out now. And it looks like we are reinforcing this little bit of a sideways trading channel that we have. Now, trading channels don't necessarily mean that you have no trading opportunities. It might require a little bit more courage. You've probably got the buyers down here in the bottom third, bottom quarter of the trading range. Likewise, sellers in the top third or top quarter. So if you're inclined, you could throw a limit order down here and look for the market to respond to a reaction, say, to the trend line or just the bottom end of the trading range. I don't normally do this because this is a very difficult trading strategy, but I'm going to show it to you. So you're going to use a limit order. A limit order, you are anticipating where the market is going to turn. So let's say we get down here toward this trend line. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh no, I will. I will use the I'll use the trade calculator here. So I've got my limit order selected. I'm going to leave it on a single tick, and we're going to do this same thing here to the top side. Now, typically with this kind of trade, you're not going to risk the full amount. That's the one good thing about limit orders, is that you can usually bring your stops in fairly aggressively, because what you're looking for is you're looking for a reaction. You're looking for a turn. All right. So if we get up toward the top end of this trend line, I'm going to place a limit order to sell. Oh, there we go. Now remember, this is risky. Okay, so I've submitted my order. I'm going to put my stop loss order right about there. That's all I'm going to give it. And I should actually use a little bit more structure. So let's say we put our stop loss order right there near that other swing high. Oh, you guys. Got to get that order out of the way. That's my profit order. See, I was looking for reaction after the trend line, and they made a bounce before the trend line, stinkers. Profit targets should be fairly aggressive as well. You should not go for the big profit target on this type of move. And we're going to try it down here on the bottom end. Actually, I can preset my order. It's going to be the opposite of the buy order. And my stop loss, I will place just below there. And now we wait. Wow, could we be more sideways? I don't think so. Yeah, we still got the back and forth going on here. I don't know if I really want to get any more aggressive with this trade. checking the reports calendar, see what's going on here. Oh, I see. Fed Chair Powell testifies at the top of the hour. So we might be in for a bit of a constipated day today. Well, I was hoping to show you how a limit trade works, because we don't usually do limit style trades, but maybe not. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this up so that I'm going to do this now on a breach of the trend line. Now, this is for demonstration purposes. It's not usually a trade that I like to do. The benefit to doing this type of trade is that you can see you can keep your stops relatively tight. All right, looks like we're going to test the top end here. I halfway expect the market to continue higher because that is the overall trend. So it's very likely that my selling attempts here will fail, which is another reason not to follow me into the trade. All right, we're going to test the top end, and I'm going to get, okay, so we're filled. Now I'm just looking for a quick little move as a reaction, right? So we've sold up here in anticipation of a reaction. We're at the top end of the trading range. We've breached this mini little trend line we have, and we're just looking to see if we can't scalp, essentially, is what we're doing. We're looking to take 2.5 points out of this trade. And you can see the sellers ganging up here, all the orders with their, or all their traders with their limit orders up here. Trying to take advantage of that top end of the trading range and trend line breach. Okay, I can probably bring my stops in a little bit above this bar. And if, same thing, if we get about 3/4 of the way to the profit objective, I'll roll my stops down to break even, but I think we might see a little bullish pop here. Okay, so we're almost to the profit target. I'm taking the opportunity to roll the trade to break even. Oh, didn't do it. Okay, well, there you go. There's the idea anyhow. That's how it's supposed to work. And now that we're looking at a break of this trading range, well, we can perhaps wait for a retest. Ooh, that's a pretty quick retest already. So they're not really doing much here. Not yet. All right, well, we've had the breakout. We've got a couple bars against. You could throw your just in case order to buy up here. All right, here we go. So, we had another limit opportunity up here. Um, this a little bit more difficult to do because, of course, you can see the market blowing through the top end of the trading range somewhat. But we've drifted back inside the trading range, so we know where the top end is at. Now we have a pretty good idea where the bottom end is at, and we can bracket. We can bracket the top and the bottom, and I will set up here with my profit order, and I'll try to get a swing target out of the trade. The market's really just sideways right now. You can't force it. All you can do is wait. All right, you can see we're actually producing a trend change signal. Isn't trading exciting? All right, here we go. Trend change signal. We're going to have a comparable signal on the other tools, I'm sure. Yes, we do here on the Raptor. We've got number 3 signal, a trend change signal here on the Falcon, and, well, a plethora of signals on the Hawk. All right, I've got to bring my exit order in a little bit here. Hopefully we'll get a little follow through on this one. So I'm getting ready now here with my stops, anticipating that maybe we're actually going to get lower or not. Here's that, the bottom end of the trading range. Here are the buyers showing up. So what we're seeing here is a pushback from the the buyers. I'm sure we got a little trend line break going on. Yes, we do. So there's pushback from that. Oops. I mentioned it before, but it bears repeating. When the market is sideways like this, your best trading strategy is to allow for a breakout and a retest. If you get the once you get the breakout and you get the retest and evidence that the market will continue in the direction of the breakout, that is your best trade. Everything else is going to be a little bit more of a crapshoot. It doesn't mean it isn't worth trying, just realize that you've got lower probabilities in your favor versus waiting for the correct setup. Well, they're thinking about it. Well, here we go. They're stuck. All right, are we actually going to get a breakout lower? If we can get through some of these lows here. Come on. Wow, here we go, getting the pushback again. Nope, we're just stuck. So you can see we just keep testing the top end, the bottom end. It's going to be that kind of day. All right, well, I do anticipate I'm going to get tagged out here, and if they tag me out, it's likely we're going to head a little bit higher. So you know what? We've got a sideways trading range. I tried to short it. If it's not going to head lower, there's a good chance it's going to try to head higher. At least get back here to the top end of the trading range. Maybe a little higher still. This one I would try to do my full target. My 10 points. In fact, the way I should do it is 2 separate orders. One to be my stop loss. So one's my stop loss, one's my reversal. Well, the trade may work out yet. Here we go. Certainly, if we breach the bottom end, there is a little bit of room. You'll remember yesterday's trading range. Where were we at? 7,900? Somewhere around there. So there's room below here. All right. Am I going to get a chance to get this trade to break even now? Come on, after all this, really. Oh, you scoundrels. I don't want another break-even tap out. Come on. Oops. Am I going to be sorry? Am I going to be sorry I didn't take it? All right, if we get toward the bottom end of this bar, this current bar that's forming, I will take the trade to break even. It's going to be the last chance for the sellers to get their act together. we'll park it right there for now.